Thank you all. It's great to be here today. It's hard to believe that over 10 months ago we were all gathered together in Wilmington, Ohio, and sitting there for the state of the state. And now a year has passed, and as we look back on the work that the Ohio House of Representatives have been able to accomplish along with our partners, it's been a huge and monumental year, in my opinion. When we look back on some of the statistics that we look at just in the House in general, we've had over 418 bills introduced, of which 85 have been passed through the House, and what I'm extremely proud of is that over 95% of those bills have been bipartisan. Because working across the aisle and making sure that we come to the best consensus and compromise is the best result for the 11.5 million people and citizens of this state. And Senator Faber has been a great partner along with the governor in this entire endeavor for this year. Now, I'm the new kid on the block, and I've had a lot of enjoyment out of both being able to be mentored by both of these strong leaders and also have the opportunity to work with them. And it's been a great honor and opportunity to continue to advance Ohioans' lives through the process. But what I think is important, what I like to focus on, because sure, you know, we're talking about what, $1.9 billion tax cut, doing these great things to put money back into Ohioans' pockets so that they can go out and continue to invest, have the risk to continue to create their jobs and the entrepreneurs to expand. I want to focus on talking more about the team and the team effort that has been afoot to a lot of the points that President Faber has already indicated here, because none of it can happen without a strong team and strong leadership. But at the same time, what we need to understand and be cognizant of is that the people that we need to really be proud of is the people and citizens of our own state. Because at the end of the day, it's the 11.5 million citizens of this state that makes Ohio continue to turn, that continues to ensure that as the governor continues to help make that sun rise in Ohio, and it's peaking and it's continuing, and I'm going to leave it to him to talk to you about all the great things that we've been able to do as a team and the details. But those issues that all continue to see that success happen are because of the hardworking men and women and the citizens of this state that put their shoulder to the wheel every day to do those things. And part of that team encompasses that very spirit. You know, I want to talk a little bit about the folks that are up here that we have the opportunity to work with. You know, and let me tell you, I can speak from experience that Ohioans, the leadership that's coming out of Columbus matters. A lot of folks know the story of Wilmington, Ohio. A lot of folks know where we've come from and where we've gone now over 5 years. And I don't think I need to repeat it here today to tell you that the leadership here, strong leadership, both with Governor Kasich, President Faber, President Niehaus, and Speaker Batchelder, have put us on a trajectory that's going to continue to, I'm sure, make Ohio's sun rise even higher and higher. But when I really think about looking at the very people that we interact every day with, the business owner in Pike County whose son died of a drug overdose, my own family, who my grandmother and my 2 aunts lived together to make ends meet on a daily basis. Just recently, the story of a young lady named Riley Hewitt, who called the office with her parents, had difficulty in acquiring a wheelchair, called her office, and with the help of great leaders like John McCarthy and Cynthia Dungy, making the red tape and the barriers break down so that on Thanksgiving, their biggest gift that they could be thankful for was that wheelchair being delivered. The fact that we have leaders like Jim Zeringer stepping up to the plate to ensure that at the same time, when we have issues of public safety like Buckeye Lake or even Pike County, where we have a lake, at Lake White, that have serious issues, to ensure that we can still make sure the business community is working. Gary Moore, who's leading the way and making sure that we can look at how are we going to look at what we do as a state to lead our nation in a criminal codification process to ensure that we're doing the right things to get our citizens back out and working. That folks deserve a second chance. Tracy Plow, I got to tell you, the governor's right. I've never seen someone more dedicated to an effort to help Ohio citizens work on a very, very difficult thing every day. And these folks need their arms put around them, and we're going to continue to find ways and avenues to do it. And that's why I'm glad that the House and the Senate moved forward in helping ensure that we can provide naloxone more to the citizens of this state, to do the things properly, continue to ensure that treatment is available and going to be readily provided. John Miner, Jobs Ohio, you know, people can say what they want to about this program. I can witness it firsthand. They're moving at the speed of business and ensuring every day that we can continue to provide families with good quality jobs that provide for their families so that they can put food on the table and ensure that we're doing the right things to send kids to schools. And at the end of the day, our top priority is going to continue as we look into the future. Our top priority will be the kids of the state. Charter school reform, which many doubted that we would do. Many doubted that we would actually take the opportunity to do the right things necessary to put it forward. We accomplished it. We did it bipartisanly. And I can't thank enough my friend Senator Faber for all his efforts and help. They're ensuring that we do those things to move it forward in the right way. Because our focus, whether it's the kindergartner getting on the bus for the first time or the college graduate receiving the diploma, will continue to be just that. The quality of education to ensure that our workforce matters, that we do the right things to make our workforce prepared for the future. So people matter, and the folks up here understand that. General Bartman is ensuring that our men and women of our Guard and forces are prepared to go and meet challenges across this world. But not only that our veterans are taken care of at our Veteran Services Administration with our director there. Ensuring that we increase over $1.5 million to our veterans who are economically challenged for legal services. Making sure that we do the right things to prepare our facilities in the future for the high-tech quality jobs our Defense Department in the event that a BRAC should ensue. Whether it's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base or our Toledo Air National Guard Base to our Youngstown Reserve Base, all our components are taken care of. So we're making sure we do the right things to improve our Federal Military Jobs Commission, to do things like create the new Military Facilities Commission, and for the first time put dollars into ensuring that we do the right things to help protect and ensure that our troops have the facilities necessary to defend themselves or prepare for the inevitable on the BRAC. These are issues that you can find that we'll continue to do because people are our reason that we're working so hard. And it's great leaders that you see up here and part of the cabinet that continue to work to do things on a constant basis, to think outside the box, like our Ohio Department of Transportation continues to do, to make our dollars stretch even farther, to continue to ensure that our infrastructure is sound all throughout our state. We're working together strong as a team to provide strong leadership, and it will continue into the next year. And as President Faber said, there's no lame duck, because you can count that we're going to continue to put our shoulder to the wheel and focus on important things like workforce development, like the drug epidemic, like truancy in schools, unemployment compensation in our state. Things to continue to make this state sound so that we can continue to build a stronger and stronger state that this nation will continue to look at as a strong model for others to follow. And I'm extremely proud to be a part of that and to continue to move forward. And I want to tell you this too, being here at Chamber, I think it's going to be important as we go into 2016. We understand that capital budgets just don't happen out of thin air. They happen because of good and strong leadership. They happen because we have folks truly focused like Tim Keene and his team and the governor on making sure that we continue to put our state forward in a sound fiscal policy that will allow us to do good things like capital budgets to help our communities and to strengthen them. And it's been that leadership that's allowed us to prepare for this next capital budget. But we have to be cautious. We got to make sure that what we do and move forward has true return on investments to our communities, and that they're going to give back and they're going to be something strong for our communities to gain and build upon for years to come. We have a lot of work to continue to do for those who can't help themselves, and we've got to make sure that we continue to focus on that. To whom much is given, much is required. And we need to remember that. We need to ensure that we do the right things to look into the future. And so, yes, we've got to do more to continue to increase our aid to help in our funding of our food banks, but also we have to ensure that we do the right things to properly tackle food deserts throughout our state. And I'm really proud of the work Chairman Smith was able to do in this budget to really focus on and just do that. And in conjunction with the Senate and the administration, we look forward to working into 2016 on important commissions created in the budget that aren't some blue ribbon paneled book that's going to go sit on the dusty shelf like the Grace Commission, ensuring that we are looking for state efficiencies and where we can make things slimmer, more effective, and more efficient. The Joint Education Oversight Committee, because at the end of the day, we do not want to just put education funding in a box to be talked about in 3-month cycles. We want to have longer-term conversations and ensure we're doing the right things. And in tax reform, have a conversation about it between the three of us and allow chambers and folks across the state to be able to chime in and set forward a long-term tax policy for the state that we can all agree upon to make sure that we continue to put our state in sound fiscal order. It's these things and more that I continue to look forward to work with these leaders, and I'm extremely proud to be part of this team. And I'm extremely proud of the men and women of this state that every day get up, to ensure that we continue to have a strong state in this nation that provides for their families, and we will continue to look for ways to provide for those families by breaking down the red tape and getting out of their way. So God bless you all. Thanks for being a part of this 2015, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.